Welcome back. Well, we know this next subject is a difficult one to talk about, but erectile dysfunction can be devastating for men and for their relationships. Many men don't seek treatment because it's too embarrassing. So today, we've got details about a holistic approach to help with ED. Joining me now is Stacey Roberts. She is the owner of New You Health and Wellness with information about this non-invasive technology, which I think is going to sound good to people. Hi, Stacey.
Hey, Tiffany, good to see you again.
Absolutely, you too. You know, I think this is a tough topic for people to talk about. It's embarrassing. You don't want to admit that there's an issue. And then sometimes women, we feel like potentially it's our fault or we're not attractive. There's a lot of things that go into it. What is erectile dysfunction?
Well, as most people know, erectile dysfunction is the inability to have an erection or maintain an erection. So, but what people don't know, Tiffany, is how prevalent it is. Even above the age of 40, 45 to 50% of men have actually experienced some sort of erectile dysfunction. And that percentage then goes up as men age. So like you said, they usually don't talk about it much. They're certainly not going to be talking to their buddies about it. And it can even be uncomfortable with their spouse. So we really want to bring in some, just some focus on how to help both the male and the female and improve that relationship as a result of addressing it.
Yeah, because it's nobody's fault. You know, there can be a lot of different things going on. It potentially is a blood issue, right? So are you by the machine that you use? How does the treatment work?
Yep, so there's a holistic approach. So the machine is part of the treatment, and I'll talk a little bit about what the machine does, but then I want to also go into what the rest of the holistic approach is. But the non-invasive approach would be this machine. It's a type of shockwave therapy. There's a lot of different shockwave therapy devices out there. And in the ebook that I have available for people to download after the segment, they can find out the questions to ask if they're going for some sort of ED treatment that's not with their urologist, that they can ask to make sure that it's actually true shockwave like this machine here. Thankfully, we're only one of 3 in the whole state of Wisconsin that have this. We're in the Milwaukee area. But how it works basically with this machine is it has been shown to bring more blood flow to the area. So really the technology, if you remember it from the last segment, it performs some shocks through water here. So basically what happens is we put this up against the genitals and there's absolutely no pain whatsoever. I know it can be kind of scary to see this coming at you, especially in those sensitive areas, but there's absolutely no pain or sensitivity whatsoever in that area. And what happens is over time, research has shown that blood vessels will actually grow. There'll be more blood vessels in that area over a period of time, so that there'll be more blood available to the penis to help to maintain that erection and create an erection. But that's not all, Tiffany, because you need more than just increased blood flow. You need something called nitric oxide. So nitric oxide is really important to relax the smooth muscles in the penis so the blood can get in there. So if all you're doing is taking supplements to increase blood flow, you're really not addressing the whole issue from a physiological perspective. And then when we have physical therapy, what happens with physical therapy, I mean, when you think of physical therapy, you think of shoulders, knees, plantar fasciitis, like we've talked about before. But really, physical therapy works with muscles and joints, right?
Yeah.
So this is the bottom of a pelvis, okay? So this is the bottom of the pelvis, and this red stuff is all muscles. Okay, so this is both males and females. So working on the pelvic floor is extremely important for both men and women with issues with painful intercourse as well, but specifically to erectile dysfunction. These muscles have to maintain, help to hold up the penis as well. So it's like a muscle like any other. If it's not being used because there's an erectile dysfunction issue, it's not being used, then it gets weaker. Right, so we need to be able to know exercises and teach people exercises to improve the pelvic floor strength, but also for men, there's something called tone. A lot of times men have high tone in those muscles, and there's specific exercises to do to release that tone so those muscles can work in the best way possible.
See, I think this sounds awesome to people listening because a lot of women have heard, like you said, about this pelvic floor and strengthening those muscles for, like you said, painful intercourse, urinary incontinence, all those things, orgasms. I mean, so to know that it's the same in men and women and you can work with that is pretty incredible. I know that this is long lasting, right? Because a lot of people will say, well, is this just a short-lived therapy? But this is something that can actually, like you said, grow those blood vessels and help long term.
Absolutely. And also what's good about our program is you're not just getting this and leaving. We're also talking about what else to do to make this a long-term solution so that you can not only just get the treatment and have, effects shortly thereafter, but also, as you said, you don't want to be thinking you're going to have to come to this, every week for the rest of your life, right?
Yeah.
So we want to have some long-term solutions. So we talk about different things like nutrition. We talk about decreasing some inflammatory foods in the diet that have been shown to affect that nitric oxide. Things that decrease blood flow. We want to increase blood flow. So it's a holistic program that's part of the shockwave therapy. And one thing that's really unique about this device too, Tiffany, is that because of this specific probe here, this can penetrate deep into the tissues, like about 4 inches. Some of the other shockwave devices, they're called shockwave, they're not really shockwave. Some of the other shockwave devices out there only penetrate, let's say about, maybe a stack of five nickels, whereas this gets deep into the tissue. So this can get into the pelvic floor, which is also important because then the spinal nerves that come out of the pelvis, out of the spine and innervate the pelvis can also be affected with erectile dysfunction. So we can get at those nerves as well with this machine. So it's a fantastic holistic program. And it doesn't mean you can't utilize medications. Medications are also very important.
But hand in hand.
But this tends to work. Sorry?
I said, but hand in hand. We ran out of time,
Absolutely.
Stacy, but I just absolutely love what you do. I want to give everybody the information for that ebook. It's a good day when I get to talk about erections on the blend. So thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Tiffany.
Absolutely, you too. And New You Health and Wellness has a free ebook to download, Erectile Dysfunction, How to Address ED in 5 Easy Steps. The link is going to be up on our website shortly after the show today. That's, of course, themorningblend.com. And for $79, men can have a consultation and to discuss options for treatment, plus an abbreviated treatment session as well for that $79. Also, New You strongly suggests, of course, discussing your situation with your primary doctor or your urologist if you're having any issues. But to get scheduled with her, just give a call. It's 414-519-9332, or you can go to their website for more information and some answers to those common questions about ED. Again, it's pain-free. The website is newyouhealthandwellness.com.